Brown's Shedeur Sanders reveals biggest challenge of Dad Deion's cancer battle. Shedeur Sanders is in a battle to make the Cleveland Browns and earn a spot as high up the quarterback depth chart as he can. But through that, he has dealt with the fact that his father Deion has been battling bladder cancer. Shedeur spoke to the media Monday for the first time since Deion shared what he's been going through. The Browns rookie was asked what the biggest challenge has been. "I would say the biggest thing is definitely staying focused mentally," Shedeur said via The Athletic. "Dad, he's one person that he'll handle his. We'll handle what we have to do." It was something that we really didn't need to have a formal conversation about because Deion was like, "Y'all need to focus on what y'all need to focus on. Y'all can't sit here and feel sorry for me." Deion is now back coaching at the University of Colorado. Shedeur missed time over the weekend with an arm injury, but is back on the field. The fifth-round pick shared with reporters that he hears his father's voice in his head when he's getting after it. "I always hear my dad's voice in my mind all the time," Sanders said. "With him, it's always bone or blood," his motto. "So of course I was definitely hearing his voice in the back of my head. But at the end of the day, I want to be productive. I want to give you guys the best work, and I want to be at my best at all times." Sanders is part of a crowded quarterback room that includes Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and newly signed Tyler Huntley. It won't be easy for the Colorado product to make his mark in the NFL after his draft slide to pick number 144. But with his father having set the example and having sent messages that have stuck with Shedeur, he's giving it his best shot. In the heart of Cleveland Browns training camp, under the glare of cameras and the relentless scrutiny of fans and media alike, Shedeur Sanders has shown a maturity that belies his age. But behind the deep balls and quarterback drills, the real test for the former Colorado standout isn't just about earning a starting role in the NFL. It's about learning how to cope with something no playbook ever prepared him for: his father's battle with cancer. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, Hall of Famer, cultural icon, and more importantly, Shedeur's father, has always been a towering presence in his life. Whether on the sidelines of Jackson State, in the snowy mountains of Boulder, or cheering from afar in Cleveland, Deion has been both coach and compass. But now, as he faces an ongoing battle with cancer, the roles have shifted. And for Shedeur, the biggest challenge isn't the Cleveland quarterback competition. It's staying focused while his heart is hundreds of miles away. "People think the hardest part is not having him here at camp," Shedeur told reporters after a humid morning practice in Berea. "But honestly, the hardest part is not knowing." He paused, helmet in hand, sweat still dripping from his brow. "Not knowing if today's the day the news gets worse. Not knowing if he's in pain but not telling us. Not knowing how to help when I'm supposed to be here. Chasing a dream he sacrificed everything to make real for me." The Browns' quarterback room has become one of the most crowded and unpredictable in the league, with veterans like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, rookies like Dillon Gabriel, and now a former Lamar Jackson backup recently signed. But amid the football politics and locker room whispers, Shedeur's mind has often wandered to hospital rooms and late-night texts with his father. He recalls vividly the moment he learned about Deion's diagnosis. "It was quiet," he said. "Way too quiet for someone like my dad. He called, and he just said, 'I'm going to be all right, son. Just need you to stay focused. Win your battle, and I'll win mine.' That was it." But his eyes told a different story. And so Shedeur buried the fear and pushed forward. The same focus that made him a Heisman candidate at Colorado was now his shield in Cleveland. But even the fiercest competitors need moments of release. Late at night, in the film room when the others had gone, Shedeur would sit with the projector running, but no tape playing. Just him, the silence, and sometimes a voice message from Deion. "I play them over and over," he admitted. "He talks like everything's normal. Tells me to keep my footwork clean. Jokes about Flacco being the slowest QB he's ever seen. But it's his way of saying, 'I love you,' without making it heavy. That's always been him, keeping it light, keeping us moving." Still, Shedeur acknowledges that Deion's illness has shifted the way he sees football. "When you're young, you think the game is everything. Stats, scouts, highlight reels," he said. "But watching your dad fight cancer changes that. Suddenly, you realize being present, being there, is what matters. Not just in football, but in life." That emotional clarity hasn't gone unnoticed in the Browns facility. His poise, even when he's clearly under emotional strain, "It's unreal," said offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt. Shedeur's leadership, especially off the field, is starting to remind people why he was so hyped coming in. Some teammates, like wideout Elijah Moore, have even credited Sanders with helping shift the locker room energy. "He don't talk much about it," Moore said, "but we can feel it. You can feel that he's playing for more than just a contract. He's playing for family." Despite Deion's physical absence, his fingerprints remain all over Shedeur's game. From his cadence at the line to the coolness under pressure, the echoes of Coach Prime reverberate. But perhaps more than anything, Deion's values live on in how Shedeur carries himself. Unapologetically authentic, but deeply grounded. And yet, even with all the progress, there are moments when it gets too heavy. "Some days I wake up and I just want to call him. Not Coach Prime, just Dad," Shedeur confessed. "And I want him to answer like he used to, with that loud-ass voice yelling, 'Let's get it, baby.' But instead, sometimes I get silence. Sometimes it's just a text that says, 'I'm resting today. You got this.'" He wipes his face, not from sweat but emotion. "And I try to believe that I do got this. Because if he's fighting, I've got no excuse not to." As the preseason looms and final roster decisions approach, Shedeur's focus remains razor-sharp. Not because he's trying to prove doubters wrong, though there are many. Not even to prove he can rise above the drama swirling around the Browns' quarterback room. No, his why is far more personal. "My dad's out there giving everything he's got to stay alive. The least I can do is give everything I've got to live this dream he helped build." When asked if he's considered stepping away to be by Deion's side, Shedeur shook his head. "I asked him that once," he said. "He told me, 'Son, don't you dare come home unless it's with a Super Bowl ring or a playbook that scares defensive coordinators.'" That's him, always pushing forward. And so, Shedeur continues to push, hoping that each throw, each rep, each moment of discipline honors not only the game, but the man who taught him how to fight. Because in the end, this battle isn't just about football. It's about family. It's about legacy. And most of all, it's about love.